Have you ever noticed how the road conditions sometimes change when you pass from one town or city or state into the next? You can tell right away if one jurisdiction has spent more money on keeping the roads in good condition than another. I notice it a lot driving around New England, where our states and towns are really close together. Well, imagine if instead of just noticing a change in the road condition, the road just ended. Boom, state ends here, no entry. How strange would that be? That situation is not unlike what happens to renewable energy electrons when they try to enter different regional transmission organizations, otherwise known as RTOs. They can't. So instead, if there's too much energy floating around the grid at any given time, some of it must be curtailed or just turned off. And if the owner of that generation doesn't or can't shut it down, the price for those electrons goes negative, which means the owner of that wind farm, solar farm, power plant must now pay the RTO to take those electrons off his hands. Silly, right? But what's even more silly is that whereas in some places wind farm owners are paying RTOs to take their wind energy, please just take it, I'll pay you to take it, another RTO may really need that energy and be willing to pay for it. Except that that RTO can't buy it because that wind energy is not for sale in their market. Imagine how much better it would be if energy markets were interconnected. This is the subject of our cover story this issue, and while it's definitely a complicated one, the takeaway is simply this: if energy markets were interconnected, more renewable energy would be sold on the grid. And more renewable energy is good for all of us.